I'm Kristen Tullo, Pennsylvania State Director with the Humane Society of the United States, here with Pennsylvania State Representative Todd Stephens. Representative Stephens' hard work to protect animals led to the most significant strengthening of Pennsylvania's animal cruelty laws in 30 years with Act 10 of 2017. Now, our state has new laws to protect dogs from the dangers associated with being tied up outside. Dogs who are chained outside for too long can suffer from all sorts of issues, from physical damages including frostbite, hypothermia, and in some cases, death. Extremely cold or hot weather may also worsen medical conditions like respiratory issues and arthritis. Tethering can also cause severe psychological damages. Dogs are very social animals who need interaction with people. When they are left chained outside for long periods, it causes them to suffer greatly. That psychological pain can make a normally calm, friendly dog become more aggressive and likely to bite. Chained dogs often become defensive of their territory. The CDC reports that chained dogs are far more likely to bite than dogs who are not tethered. Creating standards for humane tethering will also result in fewer nuisance complaints about chained dogs who often bark or cry as a reaction to frustration, physical pain, and isolation.
Residents of Pennsylvania need to understand the components of these groundbreaking new laws, including how long dogs may be tied or chained outside in extreme temperatures. Some of the laws relate to tethering, which means to fasten a dog to a fixed object with a rope, chain, or by other means. These laws put reasonable limitations for tethering a dog outside with special restrictions during extreme weather.
One reason why these new laws are important is because of dogs like Tanner. Tanner was a 10-year-old dog who came to Animal Care Sanctuary emaciated, skin and bones, barely able to walk. Tanner had spent his whole lonely life at the end of a chain. Fortunately, was finally removed and adopted into a loving home where he became part of the family. Other dogs like Titan, rescued by the Humane Society of Harrisburg area, have been found tied outside with no protection from extreme temperatures, no shelter from rain, forced to live in their own waste. Some dogs like Baby Girl, who was taken in by the York County SPCA, have been found with collars embedded deep into their necks when their owners put a collar on them as puppies, chained them, and never adjusted their collars as the dogs grow bigger. Some chained dogs have been found strangled. No one wants this to happen to man's best friend.
Act 10 establishes reasonable, humane tethering limitations. It is designed to create clear expectations for dog owners and enforcement officers. It protects dogs from situations such as occurred in a 2016 Luzerne County cruelty case. A humane officer was unable to remove two dogs from a property where they had allegedly gone unfed, unwatered, and tethered more than 9 hours in 90-degree July heat. The case was dropped as the existing cruelty laws did not afford the dogs the protection they now have with Act 10. 5 months later, those same two dogs were found abandoned in a house where the gray one had died of starvation and dehydration, and the black dog was emaciated to the point of not being able to walk. While the owners were arrested and served jail time for the cruelty, the tragic suffering of these dogs could have been prevented with our current laws in place at the time. Dogs cannot be tethered for more than 9 cumulative hours within a 24-hour period. Dogs should not be tethered for longer than 30 minutes when the temperature is above 90 or below 32 degrees. The tether should be secured to a well-fitting collar with a swivel and be no less than 10 feet or 3 times the length of the dog. The use of heavy chains not designed for tethering dogs are not permitted. Neither are choke, pinch, prong, or chain collars. Basic needs must be met, such as access to adequate food, fresh water, sanitary and dry shelter, and shade. The dog's shelter must allow the animal to maintain a safe body temperature. Levels of offense for wounds are based on the extent of bodily injury to the animal. Act 10 is a step in the right direction to protect the animals and residents of Pennsylvania. Help us end needless suffering. If you see something, say something. Call your local humane officer or law enforcement officer.
If it's too cold for you, it's too cold for them. Help keep pets safe and warm this winter.